R2 to go to the bike.
Display. Oh, sorry. There we go.
There
All right, there we go. Now we're good. Now everything's going to go flawless.
It was the old inverted controls.
That's right. I'm a freak. That's right. It is the right way to play. Here we go. Easy now. Oh, mama. This is a more powerful bike than what I drove in the last build.
Yes, this is an upgraded bike.
Yeah.
This looks gorgeous.
So the Horde is back behind you, Sid.
Easy now. This game looks incredible.
No strategy in this game is a bad strategy, but I'm going to say this is a terrible strategy.
The worst strategy.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do I have in terms of weaponry here?
Okay, well, so if you get off your bike, you can access your survival wheel, and on this you're going to have your weapons in the cardinal directions, but then in the upper right-hand corner you're going to have throwable explosives. In the upper left you're going to have your consumables, which include things like your health, your bandages, but most importantly, kind of survival buffs. Things that will help enhance your core attributes. And crafting one's going to take away from another, of course, so you've got to make choices that suit your playstyle. And then also we have distractions on the bottom left corner. Not really the best for the Horde, but on the bottom right we have traps. So in this case, I think you might have proximity bombs or airbag remote detonators. I think in this case you have the proximity mines. And if you plan properly and look through the environment, you find like key places that you say, I want to run the Horde through here later and trigger this detonation when enough of them run past it. So you can, smart players will do that. Foolish players will just charge in, guns a-blazing, and it's going to be a lot harder for those guys.
What kind of player will Sid be?
Players will try to jam their bike into the Horde. They can try that.
So what's your strategy here, Sid? What are you thinking?
How do I
Stalling is a strategy.
You got it selected right there, and then hit R2 to...
R2, okay.
Oh, no!
You can't melee the Horde.
You could try.
The strategy is panic and run.
Okay, we're on the move now. Lost my bike. Not good.
You can still save it. I don't recommend a melee bat against these guys, but give it a go.
Got to stay nimble here. This is going to be 10 minutes of me running from these guys, isn't it?
Well, Sid's trying to make his way around. How do you guys plan for all of these different tactics that people are going to dive into? How do you think ahead of time of people are going to want to go about this a million different ways? So what's the process of building out all of that?
Well, we think about what makes kind of sense and what sounds cool that fits the IP, but we do have to provide a lot of different tools just so they can have that, that flexibility. And then we just try to keep things very loose so that we're going to be surprised by a lot of the videos we see online of people playing this. We'll be like, wow, I didn't think that would happen. And when we've done that internally, we've been surprised about how things just kind of work. So, so we're supporting it by
it's always the best part of games like this is just seeing how people get so creative.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had a company meeting last week where our head of QA literally took on the Horde using his crossbow and custom crafted explosive bolts.
Oh my gosh.
And it was pretty amazing. So he pretty much got all the way there. I think he had to use one Molotov, but Jeff and I had never seen that happen before, so we were surprised, and we were like, oh.
And what's cool about it, and I think this goes to your question, is it makes perfect sense that it worked because the way we built the systems, but Emergence is about a bunch of wholly predictable, unpredictable things, and it just works. Like catching yourself on fire.
Catching yourself on fire is possibly a good strategy.
That's so he can set them on fire when they grab him. That's
that was the plan.
Okay. This is
so one of the things we want to point out, though, is that the Horde locations are all story-driven, and so this is a mass grave site. So Nero would have come in as the world was ending, dug these mass graves, and they happen to have giant barrels of fuel that they would have used to burn the corpses of all the people who had died during the pandemic. So there's a reason why you find all these explodables out in these areas.
Yeah.
And
there you go.
One of the key strategies is to go and find those first, and then plan as you're running around to try to drag the Horde.
Out of ammo.
There you go.
And in these encounters, you really got to be thinking on your feet as you're running forward.
Tore me to pieces.
Not dying.
I'm doing better, though. I'm getting the hang of this thing.
Yeah.
Now I got it all figured out.
But you want to scan the environment constantly, looking for new opportunities. And a lot of them reveal themselves, but you've got to be nimble, you've got to be moving, you've got to be thinking, and using the survival wheel, and just using every mechanical aspect it wants to survive.
And these are late game encounters.
Okay.
So you run into the Horde throughout the game. Early on, you can't take them on. You're not strong enough. You're not fast enough. You don't have large enough magazines in your weapons. So you really learn early on.
You have to work your way up.
Yeah, how you're going to put them. By the time you get to this mission, you would have learned some of the strategies.
And you'll notice those logs right there. If you blow those open, they'll actually...
One of the things I think is great about this, too, is that you also have the cultists that are out there.
So actually, Sid, go to your lower right-hand corner, like 4 o'clock on your survival wheel.
You have to be worried about, and so this could
bring up the
possibly
survival
be
wheel
a
with L1,
situation that you would
and
maybe
then go to
use
the
them to your
kind
advantage
of 4
if there
o'clock,
were other enemies around.
place that thing on the barrel.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think, yeah, you have one equipped, so hold L2.
This is one of the late game missions.
And
there are open world encounters.
And then when you trigger them, make sure they
you
run
could have
past
an
here.
ambush camp that you have to go take on. If you see a Horde nearby, you can be a Pied Piper. You can actually get on your bike, ride through the Horde, drag them up into the ambush camp, and then watch the mayhem that ensues.
Oh my gosh. All right, here they come, Sid. Oh.
Nice one.
Nice.
We got about a quarter of them.
Front row. Front row.
Oh, you're going to have to reload pretty soon, dude.
Get out.
It worked for a while.
It did. I mean, we're making progress.
Yes.
We're chipping away here. This is unlike anything I've ever played. I've never fought so many enemies at once. I mean, it's really, really interesting. Let's see here. I was digging these Molotovs.
So one of the other things we wanted to point out is that we've been working really hard on performance. So if you saw the demo that we released some footage last month, it was kind of alpha footage. And, this kind of polish really comes very, very late in the game. So this is like almost final lighting for the environment. The environment and tech guys have been working really hard on that, but also performance is key for this game because it's running at a solid 30 here, and we have a version on the regular PS4 that's also running at a solid 30. So we're pretty happy with where we're at.
All right.
All right, it's on.
Oh.
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 There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Nicely done.
They're starting to fan out.
Whoa.
Yeah, as you can see, they're starting to avoid the fire as well. So, anything that's red is explodable as well.
Keep moving, Sid.
Short controlled bursts. Boom.
Yeah, always
Oh, time to run. Time to run.
red items.
Oh,
in the
no.
left.
Oh.
Barrels.
And that's how we show it's alive.
Yeah.
Sid
This
did
is
that.
legit.
I blame him.
I did too good.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
All right, so you can see we still have some optimization.
Yeah. We're not coming out until February, so.
We still have some work to go.
You guys are coming out February 22nd, though. I'm sure you can polish that right up. It's a live environment, though. I mean, these things happen early in development. But, yeah, that was super